Hello, friends. Long time no see. So, I've got a template out here, but I'm going to show you what we're making. I've made one already and earlier today, kind of a prototype. So let's pull it out of the journal. And so this is a little hand-painted folio. It started out with a blue piece of paper. So, I had a yard sale this weekend. Oops, let's get that scooched in there. And I sold so much of my crafty stuff, mostly card making stuff. And but I hung on to my paper because I knew that I would reuse it and it wouldn't go to waste just sitting there. So here's what the kind of little folio looks like. Hey Pam, you made it. And it's just like an envelope style folio. And then I put, stuff in it. This is a little fold out ephemera holder, whatever, accordion thing that I made out of some bags. So I just made little pockets for it. And what I'm doing tonight is I'm going to make another one, a little bit different style. So here's kind of what the whole thing looks like. Let's put it back over here. And I am going to be casing this paper right here, because what I'm trying to do here is make things that coordinate with the these papers basically. And so I wanted to kind of go with some sort of pinkish style. Hi Lori, hey Carrie. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trace out my template here, and this is just a template that I bought on Etsy. You can find them anywhere, just look for junk journal or folio templates. And then I made this little plastic edition piece because I wanted different styles of, foldovers. So I'm just going to trace this out. And I like to cut this out before I paint it. So we're going to get out our paint. And I'm lousy at this, by the way. I just can't draw. Well, I can draw flies and gnats, apparently. I'm just making sure that my pencil gets all these parts, and I'll perfect them as I'm cutting it out. Oh, good grief. So it's a 7-inch. See, I made one like this and one like this so that I could make tops for folios in various sizes. And we'll put the little template away. Um, okay. And I can see right away that I am so crooked there, but that's okay because I'm going to take my guillotine and just trim that off. In fact, you know what? I think I'll just trim it off with my paper trimmer, and if it roughs up the papers, it roughs up the paper. I don't care. Don't care. You can draw pepper. Right, and stink bugs. Hi, Elizabeth. So, while I'm cutting this out, I'll tell you about how my journey has been. I think I need to sand that off, but I'm not going to make a huge deal out of it. So, I had a yard sale this weekend. My doctor's appointment was set for Friday. However, they called me Friday morning and said, "Oh, the doctor you have to see is sick, so we have to reschedule you." I'm like, "Oh, great." But they got me in with another doctor on Monday. And I was really grateful because I really liked that doctor that I saw. Um, his name is Dr. Shaker. And he was just super cool. Like, he wasn't pushy. You know how some doctors are pushy and they're like, go get a mammogram, go do this, go do that. No, no, none of that. I said, I don't want to do any of that kind of stuff. I just want to do what I have to do. And so he kind of explained to me what I was going through and what it could be. And he said, "Yeah, we're going to do a biopsy to rule out cancer." He said, but kind of, um, it sounds like cancer. So I said, "Okay, so then what happens?" And he just said that I'm going to lay my template back on here so I can do my dooley bobs. You know, that stuff would have to come out, and you know, it was a pleasant visit, and so, but my biopsy isn't for another month, and that's okay. So that was that journey. And then I had my yard sale, you guys, and I made some good money, but I spent most of it already. I bought fabric and embroidery stuff and just other stuff that I can do like from in bed. And that's why I started getting into embroidery, because I can do that in bed. Right? I like him though. Yeah, exactly. And he said people want to pronounce it Shakar, and he's not mad, but it's Shaker. So you're gonna fold this straight, and then I noticed that with that template, I needed to trim some off here. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I know you see me working with a green piece of paper, but never fear, my dear. That is going to get remedied. Let's go. Let's go right about there, I think. Just want to make sure that nothing's touching when it folds. So there I've got an envelope style folio, and now I'm going to paint it. Hey Chow, hey Tina. No, I have some, so it's an endometrial problem. Ugh. I'm going to sand this off because it's going to bug me if I don't. Um, so let's see, I've been in menopause for about 10 years. About 3 years ago, I started having a little bit of breakthrough bleeding, and I really didn't think anything of it, but I probably should have. Because it was just on rare occasion, like once every 3 months or something. Okay, good. This all folds nicely. Hi, Irma. Hi, Jay. And I'm going to start with gesso here. And this paper is going to get really, really wet, and that's fine. I know, and you know what? Green is not my favorite color, um, particularly this green, but it doesn't matter because I have a pink piece that I'm going to paint over too, so don't panic. So I don't want my paper to go to waste, and this is 80-pound paper, so it's not anything that I necessarily, in fact, it might even be 65-pound paper. I like this gesso though, because it goes a long way. And you know, I'm going to do lots more paint over top of it. So don't panic. I like that, Tina. Yeah, yeah, that's what's gonna happen is it's gonna get removed. And it might get removed anyway. Who knows? Um, you know, if I can avoid a surgery, I'd rather, because I'm scared to death to go under. I don't know why. I just really am. I have before. Nothing bad happened. I threw up when I woke up. Not a big deal. All right, let's dry that. Yeah, he was a good fit. I don't know about the woman that I was supposed to see, but I really, really liked him. And I felt I trusted him, and he, you know, like didn't feel like I was in a big rush to do the biopsy. And so I felt a little bit safer. I know that's kind of crazy, but is what it is. And so Saturday morning, right, I've got all my stuff ready for the yard sale, ready to go outside. We get it all carted outside, and I'm setting it up on tables. And Mike leaves the back door open, and one of our cats, George, escapes. And it was the most comedic thing you ever saw because, first of all, Mike was yelling and screaming and jumping up and down. and mad at me because I was busy and couldn't help him chase this cat. Well, have you ever seen a 70-year-old fat man chasing a black cat that wants to get away? It was hilarious. And I was trying so hard not to laugh because it was nuts. But so um and he was a cat that was feral outside in the first place when we got him, but it was freezing cold, so Mike brought him in and we kind of trained him to be an indoor cat. And then but boy, as soon as he got outside, that thing was running. He was rivaled Forrest Gump in his run, and it was hilarious. Anyway, we have him back because Mike set up a trap. We have animal traps because, well, it's Alabama. And so Mike set up a trap and he caught him in the trap this morning. And he's isolated now in another room because he was screaming hot mad about being in the trap. And here's the funny part, he's a full black cat, and there's a lot of them in our neighborhood. So we're not even sure if it's him. But we have a random black cat locked in the pantry until it kind of gets itself together. England, oh my goodness. Hi, Mary. Um, I feel like he's a tomcat and we never got him fixed because I don't know. I don't know why we never got him fixed. But anyway, he was an indoor cat, so it didn't really matter. And all of our females are fixed. Um, so George or his doppelganger is back. I want to go to England for a month. That sounds like fun. So this gesso dries pretty quickly. It's still, I mean, the paper's still soggy, but the outer layer is dry. And so this is going to be the inside. I'm doing the inside first. And so I'm not going to do a lot of super fancy stuff because it'll be covered with pockets and stuff. I'm going to grab, I think I want to let's get some antique linen because again, remember I'm trying to match kind of the feel of this. So I think I'll grab some antique linen, but this is going to go this way. And I'm going to just throw a little on here. And then let's see. I'm trying to decide what tool I want to use. I think I want to use my sponge. I know I brought it in here. I'm going to use my sponge. I'm just going to sponge this around. And the cool thing about the Tim Holtz paint is that when you add water to it, it does cool stuff. If you've never used it with water, it does some pretty cool stuff. Dessert for your lunner, yummy. Yeah, we could go visit Gaz in England. Okay, heat, 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 heat. Let's dry that up so I can move on to the next layer. So here's comparison. As you can see on this paper, you've got the same effects. You've got these kind of little spotty effects. Trying to set that over there so it doesn't get wet. Okay, I'm gonna grab my paper towel. Just kind of dab. And then it looks like we have sort of a taupe color. Let me see. I don't necessarily have any distress paint that's kind of taupe color. I think the closest I'm gonna come is Victorian Velvet. Let's go with that. And I'll just use the same sponge. And this is pretty pink, but I can tone it down, and that's probably what I'll do. And I'll do that with, let's do it with a little Lost Shadow. Hey, Linda. So if you've never played with paints before, I highly recommend it. It's fun. And even though, you know, I'm doing journal stuff, this can be done to make a card background too. That tones it down a little, but not quite as much as I'd like it to. So I'm going to come in with the gesso. Oh, I'm getting a mess everywhere. There, that's better. And because the paper was green, now it kind of has a blue tint to it. And then let's do some splattering with some brush corduroy. Just put a little down here. Grab my favorite splatter brush. Oh, this one will work. A little bit more splattery. Okay. Oh, I want to go to the quilt festival. That sounds like fun, Mary. And then we're going to call the inside done, and then we'll work on the outside. Where I've taken out a piece of lace, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to try and stencil through it or whether I'm going to paint on it and then just lay it down. I might do that. Hey, Di. So looking at the paper I'm casing, kind of there, kind of. Oh, did you go to, Linda, to the Simon Says Stamps up there? I want this fairly dry before I flip it over. And part of the thing is this is wet. So take my paper towel. And now we're going to do this side. Because see, I don't care if the inside gets messy like this, but I don't want the outside messy. So I'm going to start with my gesso again. You know what? See if I'd rather brayer this. Nah, doesn't spread as easy. Well, it might. I kind of like the texture it's giving. Oops. That's okay. Okay, dry that layer off. And the longest part about all this is drying in between layers. You like the green? Of course you like the green peeking through. You're the green girl. But it's not gonna because there's really not much green at all in the color scheme of this paper suite that I bought. And I'm trying to case that paper. That whole thing would be way overwhelming for me, friends, that whole Simon Says stamp thing, because I just no, I just don't people very well. Let's use the brush this time. Oops, I got some other color in there, and I'm not mad. So you could use any white gesso. Black gesso, I don't know about black, but it just depends on the paper you're trying to case. So now the green's peeking through, but it looks more blue. Yeah, I saw you guys doing the grungy yesterday. So anyway, with regard to my medical journey, I have decided to do everything that I love doing and keep a positive outlook. I mean, it's part of the reason why I retired early from my job is because, well, um, I don't want to die unhappy. I know that sounds really, really morbid, but you guys know how your brain goes when you come into a situation like this. You know, your mind goes to the worst. Okay. So see, I made a mess inside and I'm not mad. I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and do, okay, so thinking about this and how it's going to look, actually, yeah, I'm gonna come in with the antique linen. I should probably shake this up first. I forget sometimes. And sponge it in. I'm gonna chill it out over here a little. And then I'm gonna grab this unbleached titanium. I got a little mushroom. It's not dry enough though. And that I'm not gonna do directly on the paper. So it's kind of close to the antique linen, but not quite. So there's a little bit of pink here, and that's fine. Let's go ahead and get that out on there. Okay. Thank you so much, Tina. And so, anyway, I'm trying to keep a real positive outlook on everything. Mike still pisses me off, but that's just is what it is. That's how it works when you're married. I will still gripe at him. Let's get some water drops on here. The thing with the Tim Holtz paint, and I don't know if it's going to work out the same way with the artist loft, but you have to get water on it while it's wet. Yeah, exactly, Tina. And I pulled everything out of my life that causes me any kind of stress, whether I enjoy it or not, because like I really enjoy working with design teams and working, with companies, but it stresses me out like big time. So it really helps to kind of um just let that part of my life go for now. But I just want people to realize, because I did lose some subscribers because I'm not making cards right now, but everything that I do on Thursdays can be done making a card as well. So that's kind of what I want to emphasize on Thursday is, techniques and things like that. Whereas on Friday, we'll focus more directly on the journal. And it is coming along, friends. She's a fatty already, and she's only halfway full. Yeah, exactly, Tina. Because not so much, well, because of scheduling and because of pre-recording videos, doing voiceovers on videos, remembering to, part of it is I've got such a terrible memory. So remembering to, post my stuff on social media and put links up and just all the things that, you know, take a little bit of time. Okay, so I've got this lace. Now I just have to decide how I want to handle it. If I stencil through it, it won't be white. Okay, guys, total experiment here. And it may not work and I may screw the whole thing up. But we'll fix it, don't worry. Let me move that aside. Don't fall on the floor. Okay, where can you sit? Right there. Let's get the gesso. And I think I'll put it here on this thing. Hey, 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 hey. Let's get the brayer. I'm just going to paint the lace, I think. We'll see. The trick is, okay, I think I have an idea to fix that. Trick is to keep it nice and wet for it to not dry on the lace. And then grab a piece of paper, lay this down. And grab a clean brayer. a cleanish sprayer. All right, you guys. No, it didn't really work. I mean, it worked in some parts. I don't think I got it wet enough. Okay, okay. It's getting there. I'm gonna try it again. Let's use a brush instead this time and get the paint on there a little bit heavier. And this brush is wet too, so it'll help the paint spread out a little. Okay, where'd that pink piece go? Okay, here we go. Wish me luck. I don't like the way it ends right there, but I can fix that. Did I put it on the right way? I'm not sure. Okay, that kind of worked. Okay, I need to find a place to put this lace. How about right there? So, kind of look at this piece here. I'm not trying to do it exactly like that, but pretty close. I'm going to need, I'm going to go with the frayed burlap. And I'm going to go with a stencil brush. Just kind of fade that out here. Yes, I have used resting powder. It's kind of fun, but not like direct to paper. I haven't had any luck with it like that. So, and then let's get some, as this gets decorated, I feel like, let's get a little bit of darkness up in here. And then blend it out. So these are Lavinia brushes. They're stencil brushes, and I love them. They're fabulous. Okay, so I need now some stamping, and I need a little bit of blotchy white. So let's do some blotchy white. Just grab a clean one. That I know these don't necessarily look clean, but they are. They're just really, really stained from ink. This is so fun. Okay, and then I know that I want to do a lot more to it. So there's kind of my answer to this right here. Oh, snap, I got paint on that. Egads. I had to be careful, huh? Yeah, these brushes are great now. I think, oh yeah. So I need some words here, and it looks like, almost looks like a book page. So I'm gonna grab my Simon Hurley. What was that? Forgot to latch. That's cursive. Cursive. That's not it. Where are you? Here you are. So this is this one here. And I want to kind of just do a little area. And let's do in frayed burlap. And I think I'm going to grab my sponge here. Um, no, I think I'll grab the brush. So I can get it kind of organic looking like it is on that. And I want to do it where it's going to be seen. And this, let me think, how's this going to be? Yeah, it's going to be turned up like that. Okay. Oh, thanks, Mary. Yeah, I do too, and I like doing them. I like card making too, but trust me, I have so many cards. Okay, so I want to mellow that out right there. Mellow. Here. Ooh, look at that. I got accidentally messed up, and I don't care. I like it. Okay, so I've made a mess, but have I succeeded in sort of casing this? What do you think? Oh, I mean, fingerprints are my thing, and that's the other thing. And like, why don't I send my cards? Oh, speaking of sent cards, a friend of mine who never sends cards sent me a miracle card. It was exciting. I think I have these letters upside down. Thank you. So the inside got messed up, and I'm okay with that. And I just messed that side up too. I'm okay with that too. Let's just give it a little pretend like you meant it moment. So if you don't know, or you weren't with me a couple weeks ago, this is these are papers from 49 and Market. Um, and the set is called, oh boy, Lost in Memory. Um, Here, it's called, um, dang it, Bobby, where's the name? It's a Nunica An Art House Whimsy collection. Um, okay. Um, I don't know, friends. Oh, I know how to find out. Oh, look at the, so a lot of what I've used in this journal is from the junk journal kit. Faded Memory Lane is what it's called. So this is one of the junk journal kits. I bought 2 of them. I may have gotten into that one. I don't know. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. So remember when we started, this was a green piece of paper. I like the way the lace came out. I wish it was a little bit more defined, and I can just glue a piece of lace on there if I want to, but I'm okay with the way it came out. Yep, close. Close. Okay. So now, folio. Oop, I don't want that goober. We'll go like so. Those are crooked, but it is what it is. I do want to edge this, and now edging it's tricky because it's paint. I think I'll try my hand at some archival here for that. Let's see if I have a good color of ground espresso. I don't know where my other archival inks are. Let's just go with ground espresso. Yep, sepia, dusty blues, and soft yellows. Yep, and some very, very taupey pinks. And then I've used in my journal, I've used a lot of frayed burlap for edging. I thought I had a frayed burlap. I probably do. It's probably in this thing, and I'll get it out in a minute. Because I do want a softer edge too. This is pretty harsh, but I can soften it. Okay. It might be in here. Is this you? There it is. Why is there green on here? Look at my hands. You guys know me. In the end, I always look like this. Yeah, I like that. Come here, you. So frayed burlap is kind of a dark brown, and you can still see the green under there, Elizabeth, in case you were worried about it. I can still see it. Anyway. Hi, Jana. I like that die. Though the only color my grandfather ever wore was olive green. Maybe that's why I have an aversion to it. He wasn't the nicest fella. So there, I've got a folio that will, kind of fit in. Of course, I have to make pockets and stuff for it, and I'll use probably who knows what papers. Let me see here. So here's the journal so far. Here's the cover. And you guys were with me when I did this. I stitched these during my yard sale, so I have something to do. Because for the first 2 hours, nobody came. Um, so you can see that I've added, dark blues and other kinds of colors, but so this could go there, but I would want this to go on a heavier page. So a page like this with a belly band coming across like that will go very nice. Hi, Paula. Or it can be, I wouldn't want to cover these cute little hearts. Doesn't really fit in there, but it could be a flip out. Maybe. I mean, possibilities are endless. There's a page I finished today. Having a lot of fun. You guys know I love Art House Whimsy. Just having a lot of fun putting together these pages. My sale went really well. Look at this. Little pockets. But this I learned from somebody I follow. Her name is Lulu Crafts. And this is fun. And this I embroidered the little moth. I didn't do a very good job, but it was my first try at doing anything intricate. And so this is a flip out. I get lazy and hate doing this. Just a little. What was I thinking when I did this? I don't know. This is supposed to open out, but it doesn't do it very well. I think that's why I have this little clippy on here, so it just stays shut. I've got these weird pages that I don't really know what to do with. This page here is watercolor, so it will withstand a lot of weight. Some of these pages won't take the weight. Is that a belly band? Nope, that's just a decoration. You just made that page? Oh yeah, I do too. She's great. This is probably my favorite page though, and it doesn't really go with the journal at all. It uses some of the parts, but I love taking these and oh, wait till you guys see the next page. I love taking these and coloring them with my chalk pencils. So this was fully sepia and I gave it color. Discount code. Look at that dog, you guys. Can you? Can you handle it? What? wait, just wait. And these are from Art House Whimsy too. Look at these dogs. This little Ewok looking one. And there's a cat. That's George. So every kind of dog except for a Chihuahua, which much to Mike's chagrin, because he's got a Chihuahua. But you guys know I like animals better than people, as far as pictures in my journal go. Love this Scotty dog. This cat reminds me of my cat. Little Cocker Spaniels. Aren't these so cute? I love them. Hey, what is that, a bulldog? I think so. Aw, look at this little dachshund puppy. Oh, pug lovers unite. Art House Whimsy, yep. On Etsy. It's my favorite shop. Let's see. This is also Art House Whimsy. What's going on here? Did I already show you that page? Nope. Little sheepdog. Love them. I always grab all their animals. They have some steampunk ones too, but I haven't grabbed them yet. I will. I try and catch them on sale. So anyway, I have a lot more pages to do. Some pages are arty and some pages are functional. So I got these blank pages. This can be a journaling page. And I still have all this to go, you guys. So that's what we're going to be doing on Fridays. And you can see that it's already a fatty. And so I left this on here. This is the back, by the way. I left this on here, and I'm not sure if I'll keep it on there, and I'm still not sure how I'm going to close this. I've got some ideas, but I'm not sure yet. I might do like a double buckle situation. Yeah, the steampunk ones are so cute. You know, where you lace it through one buckle and then back through the other, and you can tighten it like that. Might do it that way, because if I'm only halfway through and it's this chunky, I imagine it's probably going to be this chunky. Oh, look at that. I got this done basically in less than an hour. So if I can, so can you. Because really not a lot of skill. You know, making the pockets, and what I did was I took like the now where'd my template go? I lost it. This is what happens when you have clear things. Oh, here, this can be a pocket in there. This can be a pocket right here for a tag. Yeah, okay, we'll put that. And this is just made out of a paper bag. And these are, where'd they go? You guys, I lose everything. I got these for 50 cents on clearance. They're just silverware bags. So handy to have, and fun to do stuff with. So let's do that as a pocket since I have a little bit of time left. Glue. There you go. I think we'll put it right about there, and then I can put something on the bottom if I want to. So these fit tags nicely. Let's see if I can find my tags. I have stuff, believe it or not, kind of organized here, but where are tags. All right, tags, where'd you go? Had it organized. Okay, here they are. And these tags still need to be decorated. There's a lot to do when you do this. And I made a bunch of little tags. This is the backing paper that they came in the kit. Maybe that would go like that. Yeah, you don't see that kind of stuff here, at least not in Alabama. This is a hidden paper clip. I probably just wrecked my paint. I'm not going to use that on there. I'm going to use it someplace else. Okay, and then let's see here. This is a little policy envelope. It's kind of small, but it will fit. Come here. It's not going to fit without a fight, though. It can't fit like that if you want it bulky. Anyways. Have more pocket. I have one more pocket left, and then I made a template to make those pockets, and now I can't find the doggone template. It's here somewhere. It's just clear, so I can't see it. Where'd you go, little template? Where did I put you? There it is. Let's make a little pocket. And I've been trying to use the backer papers for these little pockets wherever I can, wherever they're big enough. Let's see, is this one big enough? No. Okay. Or scraps, because I'm sort of hoarding my paper just a little bit, these papers, but honestly, I like this one for that. Okay. See, there it is. That's a good idea, Pam. I'll put a little washi on it. Great idea. And all I did was trace out one of the ones from the kit and then cut it out. There. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know? I will trim this off and then trim out that inner part because those are sometimes tricky. Not that fairly curved. I'm not that great at cutting a curve. Let's see, I want my small. This paper cracks a little. That's my most disappointing thing when I buy paper is paper that will crack on me like that. Cracks and it comes apart a little. So that's my only complaint about this paper. And that's the beauty of not working for one of these companies is that if you have a complaint, you can say it. That's your good deed of the day. Thank you. That was a very good deed. So when it cracks like that, I just edge it, but I edge it anyway. See, it fits perfectly. And that was just kismet. Good luck. Okay. Oops, I got glue inside. That's okay. Cut off. Only thing about these magnets, you gotta be careful you don't get them too close together or they will smack on each other. Your good deed for the day. Okay, so I'll make another one out of some different paper. And I've got here this Kathy Holden paper. Let's do one out of this piece here. And you can mix and match companies. Okay, and I want the black. I want the blue. I think I want the blue. Okay. So, Pam, you've made me do that. Now I still don't know where it is. It's right here. Probably cut that all wrong. Mm, okay, here it is. Put it away. What a miracle. So on this, I want to use my, I have this little, where are you? No, that's a pen. Uh, right here. This little Teflon bone folder from Trinity. And I like it for this purpose because I don't want to press real hard because this is a very lightweight paper. Yeah, I got that way off. That's okay. It's okay. Oh, goodness. What were you thinking? Yeah. Now you're thinking, Pam. I need to trim that a little bit. Excuse me. Sometimes it's better if you use a thinner paper for these kind of pockets, just because, well, for obvious reasons, right? 2, 3, 4. So this isn't a trifold. You could easily make it into a trifold just by cutting another piece about this size and sticking it on. And now all that's left to do is decorate, and that I will do another time because I'm out of time. I thank you guys for coming to hang out. Hopefully I will see you tomorrow morning. And what I'm going to do is let this dry. It's going to dry overnight before I start adding more stuff to it. And I'm looking for something here. Here we go. I did want to show you. Um, this was one of these. And I just took some alcohol ink in the color mushroom. And just one of these guys. Just threw some ink on here. Just kind of press it on. Not showing up real well on that because obviously, but here's one. You could use any color you want. But mushroom's kind of a weird neutral. It's like kind of gray, kind of green, kind of black, kind of brown. You can take that little dealy bob off. I ended up taking it off anyway because I wanted to stamp it. So there, I've grungied it up. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And thanks so much for coming. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you want to. And I think Di goes live tonight too, don't you, Di? at 7 my time, which I you figure it out when it's your time. I don't know. But have a good one. See ya. Bye. Bye. Inky painty hands. Oh yeah, it's definitely a rabbit hole, Tina. You're in trouble. Yeah, mushroom's a fabulous color. It is. Just depends on how you apply it, where it goes with its color. Oh, this, by the way, I bought a mold at Hobby Lobby, and this was I did this in what's that stuff called? This stuff, and then coated over it with that gold stuff. Where is it? I don't know. Somewhere around here, or I put it away. I don't know. Anyway, see ya. Bye.